Hello, my precious viewers. I am here to tell you that there is a way to be tapped in all the time, but it is better to just infuse this video with subliminal messages so that you become tapped in against your will. And instead of me telling you, oh, here's 5 steps, here's 10 steps, you have to drink this smoothie, you have to get on this world view, you have to blah blah blah, because you're already doing things. Now's the time to not do anything and just magically have things aligned for you, because that's how it goes. When you are a listener of my channel, when you are a subscriber of my channel, things just start going wonderfully great for you for no reason. And you think, I'm just subbing to look at this girl acting like a weirdo freak. And it's nice to look at, and it's comforting, and it's funny. But actually, behind the scenes, there's some freaky things going on in your mind, because I have infused every video with subliminal messages that will reprogram your brain. And even the melody of my talking is something that is going to reprogram your neural pathways to start to forget the connections to malignant forces, malignant egregores, however you call it, egregors. And two, it's like once you remove the bad connections, then there's only one. There's only one good connection, that is the connection to the monad, to the gonads of the monad. And it will set you on a path to just being lucky all the time. And maybe you don't have to be mega positive or happy-go-lucky, but you will be lucky, you will be fortunate. And you know how in life there's these times where one bad thing happens, and then the next bad thing happens, and then everything that could go wrong does go wrong over and over. And it's always like in a batch of it. And it feels like you're cursed. Well, it is true. Those are not coincidences. Those are actual curses. And you even think before it happens that it's going to happen, and then it happens. Well, I'm reprogramming your mind to be on the thinking wavelength of good things happening, nothing going wrong, only good things for the rest of your life. And even when bad things happen, you can be one of those freaks who just lets yourself be sad about it without this darkness pulling deep inside that makes you feel like, just because bad things happen to you, okay? Sometimes you just have to accept that you are not cursed. You are not broken anymore, because right now, in this very moment, I'm destroying the connections between you and people who in their minds are whipping you and chaining you down and like forcing things into your mouth and forcing things into other places. You don't even want to know what goes on behind the scenes. I have seen behind the scenes. During my hypnotic practice, I connect with people's brains, and I connect to the what goes on in other people's brains that are connected to them. And there are certain people who are doing really freaky stuff in their mind, the black voodoo magic, okay? Now, I make jokes on here about how I do satanic rituals for each of my videos, I don't actually do that. But there are people who are committing violent acts in their minds against certain targeted individuals. And if you are a target, for example, often, someone whose life just keeps going down a very crappy trajectory, that sometimes is only visible to themselves, they're not outwardly like doing so many drugs or getting getting fired or whatever, but they do not feel like they are maximizing their potential, and they know that there has been some creepy black magic sabotage. They just know it, but they're always thinking, what if I'm the problem? There's always this conflict, like, am I the problem, or is someone doing this to me? And they always go back and forth and back and forth. Well, that is you, my friend, isn't it? And I have been sent here to tell you that you are actually not the problem. It is being done to you. And I am here to prove it to you by taking away these people who have been sabotaging you. I'm cutting off their connection to you right now so that you can be tapped in and happy all the time. Not happy, but just calm. And the first sign that you will know that you are tapped in is that you can just, in your mind, whisper to yourself, hello, am I tapped in? And then if you're not getting anything, or you're getting yes and no at the same time, then you're not tapped in yet. But once you start getting the yes answer back, then you are tapped in. And so if you keep asking, am I tapped in? Am I tapped in? No. Or, I don't know. Or just nothing. And you're like, there's no answer. Nothing speaks to me. I'm not able to. Anything that ends in the conclusion of I am not able to be tapped in, then all you have to do to be able to get tapped in from that point is, drum roll please, you just keep trying. You literally just keep trying. And you do not give up. And if you keep trying and you don't give up, then eventually, like a ray of sunshine between the clouds, yes, you are tapped in, master. And then you can ask it anything. Then you can be like, when is the war in Iran going to be done? And it'll say, in September, or some weird thing like this, okay? And, or you can say, who in my life is sabotaging me in the astral plane? And it'll say, your mom. And you're like, huh, really? Is it really my mom, or is it just joking? And then you get all confused and stuff. And then it goes back to square one. And then you're like, am I tapped in? Or is there some sort of interference between me and being tapped in? And then you just see what the interference is. You just keep asking yourself, is my mother interfering? Is my father interfering? Is my grandpa interfering? Is my dog interfering? Is my cat interfering? And eventually, I mean, if you hear they're interfering, just be like, okay, make it stop. You just will it. You just will yourself to being tapped in. And you say, I'm not the person who has psychic magic powers. I cannot be tapped in. Well, then why are you watching this video on how to be tapped in? If you think you're not the one, you know you are the one, and that is why you are tapped into this video. Ooh. And so, yeah, basically. Then you're going to start this new journey of asking yourself everything all the time before you're doing it, just to practice the intuition. So you say, what should I eat for breakfast? And maybe you already had something in your mind, but it'll say, just a cup of yogurt that you buy at the corner market, please. And then you'll go. And if you follow it, and if you don't ignore it, you're like, no, I wanted eggs and bacon or whatever, or some toast, or I don't want to eat anything. If you follow the little voice, like a ray of sunshine in the clouds, if you follow that voice every single time, then it'll start being clearer and clearer, and then the process of getting rid of the interruptions is going to be a lot more streamlined, until you don't really have to go through all the hassle of getting rid of all whatever interruptions anymore. And then yeah, you're just gonna be more tapped in all the time, and you're gonna chill out. And it'll be weird because as you're doing stuff to become more tapped in and just following simple instructions, like you'll ask it, okay, should I go to my friend's house? They invited me. Yes or no? And it'll say, no, not this time. And you'll be like, why? What's the reason? And it'll be like, you shall not know. And then you'll find out, if you had gone to your friend's house, something bad would have happened, or blah, blah, blah. I can't think of an exact example right now. Because something else has come to mind right now, suddenly, because I am tapped in. And that is, the more you are thinking deliberately about stupid little tiny things and not trying to strain your mind with crazy stuff, the more you will just naturally be able to excel in life and accomplish the things that you thought would take a lot of mental exertion. The shining ray of sunshine voice in your mind will start to just take the wheel, and it'll be like, autopilot at that point. And so, if you want the noise to stop, and if you want to be a happy little person, and if you think I seem like a happy little person, then follow me on this journey. And if you think, oh no, I can't be like this happy little person, I'm a whole different creature, but it's okay. I will follow along because I enjoy watching this happy little person, and just watching her enjoyment is my enjoyment. Well, stop being so presumptuous, because how do you even know that I am happy or calm or joyous? Can you see it in my eyes? How do you not know that my eyes have a filter over them? And this filter is over everything in this world, and you know that the people who are doing violence in their minds control everything. They control this society. And so that is why we must band together as people who are useless and can't do anything. We must band together to put a stop to these dominators, to put a stop to these regulators, to put a stop to the cultural machinery, so that everything comes crumbling down to the point where we get back to the original primitive ways of reincarnating into the society that we have created in our minds at the moment we connect to the Godmother. That was just rambling nonsense. I don't even know what I'm talking about. Anyway, so I hope that helps. I hope that you become a happier person. And if you don't, then why aren't you dying? Why aren't you dying? Okay. Yeah, really. That's actually very deep if you think about it. If you think about I'm actually proud of myself for that whole sequence right there. Okay. Anyway, I will talk to you next time because we are parasocial friends now, and I enjoy our time together so much. It's making me grow. It's making me get more beautiful because I want to be beautiful for the camera. It's making the birds outside sing just a little bit more sweeter. It's making the music taste better. It's making the water feel sleeker. It's just giving light to the, cracks in the door and everything. So, if you want to be joyous and whimsical, if you want to take advantage of everything that this society has to offer you and to show it to all those people who ever doubted you and make them eat crow, make them eat their own children out of hunger. Okay, let's not go that far. The Bible does go that far. This is why we should read the Bible every night together. Maybe I'll start reading my favorite passages. I need to get a physical Bible, though I don't actually have one at the moment because I moved. And then we shall see. Thank you for watching. Thank you for parasocially loving me, allowing me to expand my realm across these cyber waves in the cyberspace, and we shall see each other on the other side. And that's your brain exploding because I have hypnotized you to be a happy and tapped in person all the time.